This is the 2009 Magdalena. This is the second picking from Magdalena, and this is the HJW clone from Magdalena. So we have two Magdalena tanks, one HJW clone, and the last picking was all of our 239 Rheingau clone Riesling. So just continuing our kind of experiment with the different clonal selections. So this is...
How important is clonal selection in the Wiemer wines?
They are important. They're very important for the nursery, but they are important. But again, I think we always feel that that site trumps clonal selections. So we have HJW planted here at the HJW vineyard, and we have it in the middle of Magdalena. So it's going to be interesting to see how this responds versus the HJW from HJW. But how we've seen this over the last 7 years, they really do hold true to their location, not to clonal. So this will end up being a dry Riesling, well, part of a single vineyard, but also mainly dry Riesling. So there's still a fair amount of RS to it.
And how much do you know going into crush? What blocks will go into reserve? I mean, do you know the single vineyards? I mean, everything from that vineyard will go into single vineyard, or is it more about quality a little bit later?
It is quality of the fruit at the point of picking is really what determines what will go into reserve, what will go into single vineyard, and what just goes into the dry or semi-dry Riesling. And that's always a spot decision at pressing to see what the juice is. And it hasn't always correlated that every year a reserve comes from here or a single vineyard comes from this spot. It definitely has changed. And botrytis always is a factor in that. Where botrytis comes in, if we have to pick that early, if we are able to let that section hang. That's another piece of it is being able to determine where botrytis is coming in on a yearly basis. So we know that's why the two tanks behind you, the Yosef, we have the lower section and the upper section. The lower section of Yosef always gets botrytis. And so we typically harvest that fairly early and let the botrytis hang. The upper section I know we can let hang almost till the end of harvest. So, botrytis is always a factor in, deciding what goes into where.